Hi, I'm Ruby Bolton. I'm a family law attorney, and I'm here to tell you that you should not talk to CPS unless you have a lawyer. Here's 3 things that CPS might try to get you to do. Number 1, CPS is investigating your parenting skills. Maybe they're doing this because your child has been hurt, and you might not have had anything to do with how your child has been hurt, but CPS doesn't trust you, and they're looking into it. Maybe somebody contacted them and told them a whole lot of lies about you. Or maybe you really did make a mistake and you want CPS to help you out. In any of these scenarios, you need a lawyer. You need a lawyer to be looking out for you to make sure that you don't accept an agreement that's not in your best interest and that isn't going to protect your children. Another reason that CPS might be reaching out to you is they want you to sign a family safety plan. Now, if they're asking you to sign a family safety plan, you probably have the impression that you have no choice. You either sign the plan that they've given you or they're going to take your children away. In most cases, that is simply not true. If you look at the wording on that family safety plan, it is strictly voluntary. However, once you sign it, any variance from that family safety plan and CPS is likely to act to take your children away from you, even if they never would have considered removing your children if you hadn't signed that plan. If CPS is asking you to sign a family safety plan, no matter how much you might feel that you have no other choice, don't sign it, not until you see a lawyer. The third reason that I see CPS reaching out to a lot of people is because they want them to be monitors. Now, CPS is asking you to be a monitor for a case. It's not your children. It's probably your grandchildren. Maybe it's a niece or nephew. Maybe it's your best friend's child. But almost certainly it's a child that you know and a child that you really love. And your heart might just be breaking for that child and for their parents. And you're desperate to do anything that you can to help that family through this crisis. You might get the impression that if you don't agree to be a monitor, that this child is going straight into foster care. The foster care system does not work that quickly. You have time to meet with a lawyer. You have time to find out what rights you might be giving up. You have time to talk to somebody who's experienced enough to know if the agreement that you're being asked to enter into really is in the best interest of these children and their parents. So the bottom line is, when do you need to talk to a lawyer before you enter into an agreement with CPS? Anytime CPS contacts you at all. Look, we all want to protect children, and we'd all like to think that CPS is just after protecting those children, but the Texas CPS service is terribly overburdened. And many children slip through the cracks. Many agreements are entered into that are not in the best interests of the children. Many families are torn apart because nobody with the experience to look objectively at the situation got involved. If CPS is knocking at your door, don't answer it without a lawyer. So if this applies to you, you don't have a lot of time. I want you to call the number below and we will set you up to meet with one of our experienced family law attorneys right away.